helping us up here, of course, as normal, is Joy Anderson, who's kind of our engineer, and she helps us with everything electrical, and also our cameraman tonight, Aaron Suarez, is doing the camera work, getting a lot of things that are working out for us on a, trying to make sure everything's working right here. It looks like the Bulldogs have won the toss, and they're going to receive the kickoff. Braylon Bates, number 24. Number 21 is Chris Murray. And, of course, Cameron Dumars is going to receive for the Bulldogs. Kicking off for Tahlequah. He's number 18. And that is Peyton Moore.
Back deep to receive for the Bulldogs. Number 21, Chris Murray. Number 24, Braylon Banks. Number 5, Cameron Dumars.
And there's a kickoff deep, and it's taken by Art Whitby, who picks it up at the
Art Whitby takes the kick, brings it around the left side, has room, has a blocker.
45 and out of bounds, 41-yard line.
Finally brought out of bounds by number 15, Ross Springwater.
Ball resting on the 30, right about the 39.5 yard line.
Whitby returns it just past the 40-yard line where the Wagoner Bulldogs will take over first and 10.
Pretty athletic move for a young man wearing number 53.
Well, that was the first thing when you put it back there. You usually think he was looking up there for his blocking position, but he can't run. And he's one of those situations where he can definitely get down to Malcolm Rodriguez under center for the Bulldogs. Takes a big run to his right side and opens, gets it, and Chris Murray. Murray breaks one tackle around the
Number 20, Malcolm Rodriguez pass is complete. Number 21, Chris Murray, gain of 8 on the play.
That's all they play. He breaks all the time.
Yes, that was a good one-on-one time. Outside the talent.
Bryce Brown left to the right. That's it. And a little bit of the starters for the Bulldogs. Over 61. That's good shooting.
Handoff goes to 24, Braylon Banks. Takes it around the left side for a big gain. Flag on the play.
Lean forward and makes an illegal shift and we're going to 5-yard penalty here and bring the ball back. Second down and about.
Encroachment on the offense. Illegal shift.
Second down, about short, not in, maybe a long 8 yards to go. Fullback, very straight out to the right side.
Second down and 8 for the Bulldogs.
Pass over the middle. He's got Robinson. Very deep.
Rodriguez's pass is intended for number 36.
Very deep as it goes to Tahlequah.
Orlandis Robinson broken up by number 11, Braxton Hill.
And hit Orlandis Robinson across the middle for big time gains on the ball.
Brings up 3rd and 8 here. Probably 4 down territory for our boys in this situation. 2 plays Wildcat, Chris Murray, as he comes around the left side.
Toss goes to 21, Chris Murray. Gain of 3 on the play, brings the ball out to the 35-yard line.
One of the things that
Fourth down and 6 to go for the Bulldogs.
You never really know when you look at the program. In our case, it's kind of helps when minus KJ, who's probably one of the best freshmen in Oklahoma. But you take KJ away from this group, you never really know how many of these kids are playing up and they don't have their true groups. And so Tahlequah, whose varsity program is decent, you never know how many of those guys they have that are not out there in the field. Go back to the ball.
Rodriguez's pass is complete.
thing is in after his quarterback first year with a touchdown pass, but he's not happy with the way the ball was thrown. He didn't get on it as much as he wanted and didn't get the ball thrown down.
Brady Ford goes up and gets the ball for the Wagoner touchdown.
Takes it for his very first touchdown, about a 40-yard touchdown.
Looks like Tahlequah's going to have to burn a timeout, not setting up to the swinging gate.
5:54 to play first quarter, and the
Tiger timeout on the field.
Bulldogs lead 6-0. We're having a few technical difficulties. People that are listening to us broadcasting hear us very well. So
On the reception.
so far as we are talking, we'll see what, as it goes, if you are trying to listen, at least give you a chance to watch the game, we'll see what happens throughout the week. Trying to figure out exactly what's going on. Extra points.
Snap, he's no good.
Bulldogs after one drive, so 5:54 to play first quarter, and the Bulldogs lead 6-0. Looks like we have Miguel Lopez. He helped out by Coach Ray Bell. Sean will carry the film. I wasn't aware of what's going on in the play, so we have to see it. So we are still working on the broadcast as far as that's concerned. Hopefully everything is coming in. People out there, if you can, let us know when you hear things, or if you can't hear us, if we can do better, because we're trying to, our monitor shows that we're getting across, and maybe it's not registering as much as we thought it was, but we'll see, what's going on. I know the video is working out very good, and so we're trying to, so it's trying to figure out exactly what's going on with Mark. It could be the
Radio Aguilar's kick.
deep kickoff.
Very good kick right there.
Fielded by number 28.
Devin Murray.
Devin Murray
Always has seen.
has the hole up the right side. And the
All y'all believe slowed him down just a
finally taken out of bounds by number 5.
Flag down on the play.
Going to wave the flag off on the play.
They wave off the flag. I'm not positive what they were looking at. But,
They wave it off, and drive's going to start on the 28-yard line. Great kickoff return that time by Murray. Back to take the snap. Looks like Murray's in the Wildcat. Number 20 is blocking. Back's going to be inside. That's Dylan Murray. So Dylan Murray and Devin Murray in the backfield. Here comes Dylan Murray. And coming up is Cameron Dumont on a tackle on the outside. Loss of about a yard on the play. one thing we've talked about, and you and I have had a chance to talk about this a little bit during the day at school, this secondary for the ninth grade has got 4 players that are pretty solid and seem to be will push a little bit for playing time in the near future. We'll make our Bulldogs look really good in the secondary over the next few years.
Yes, this is a very promising group out here. Very athletic, very smart football players. We're very excited about having them.
Here we go, split out to the, once again, it's the Murray brothers in the backfield. Snap back, makes a pass on the left, that's swung out to number 20. Number 25 on the play was Chet Rotten. Chet Rotten makes a reception and loss of about 2 yards on the play. And looks like a third down at about 13 yards to go.
Brings up third and about 12. Tahlequah is going to come out in spread formation with the back offset to the right.
Murray with a snapback, rolls to his right. He's going to low. Here comes Wibby on the pressure. Long throw down the field. Dumont trips, and the ball's knocked away. Great play. The ball was intended for Chet Rotten, and Dumont was with him. Looked like Cameron was making a step to make the interception. It kind of stumbled, but nonetheless brings up 4th down and about 13 yards to go. So now with 4th down and about 13 yards to go on the play for Tahlequah, they're going to go for it. As you said, when you cross the 50-yard line in 9th grade football, you're pretty much in 4-down territory, which they are. So Murray's going to be back in the split backs.
Looks like they've put their trips formation to their bench.
Ball thrown up in the air. Great play in the end zone by Cameron Dumont as he knocks the ball away out of bounds. So the Bulldogs will take over 1st down and 10 on about the 30-yard line.
That is one of the rare occasions in which you're glad we did not catch the football in that situation.
And both players looked to be like they were going out of bounds on the on that play, but as it came across, they Dumont had the best position, and the ball was kind of juggled around a little bit, but the play was made, and it is a 1st down now for the Bulldogs. Once again, Malcolm Rodriguez at center, Bryce Brown's at fullback. Behind him is Braylon Banks at tailback, and the Twins on the left side. Here comes a sweep to Banks around the left side. Ball in. Nice block by Brown. He cuts back inside on the 30, gets down to about the 28-yard line. Pickup of 2 yards, bring up 2nd down and 8.
Tahlequah's doing a good job of stretching out our sweep plays at the moment, not allowing us to get outside.
I tell you what, for a team, we've talked about this a lot of times. Our team is not the biggest team on the team, but we're pretty athletic and very athletic in our skill positions. But when you get a team that looks like Tahlequah, that we are probably bigger than or as big as and strong as, you also have a little situation where they're pretty athletic for their size. I've been pretty impressed with them so far, 2 drives. Murray comes in motion, ball handed off inside to Tyler Probst. He breaks to the outside. He gains down about 2 yards. 3rd down and about 6 yards to go for the 3rd down and about 6 yards for the Bulldogs.
Yes, they went with fullback trap right there. This is one of Coach Charbonnel's favorite plays on there.
Great play on the inside, trying to pick up the yard. 3rd down and about 6. And with Murray, that's one thing that I've got have not picked up yet is that we've haven't gotten him broken out because he's been one of those guys who's been pretty strong for us. Rodriguez under center from a fake to the inside, and he rolls, throws down the field, and it's going to be incomplete at the 50-yard line. So 4th down and 6. Ball intended for Robertson once again, and he is one that's, like as we've talked about before, has not been covered very much this year, and so it's kind of a shock to these guys that they're having to struggle getting these balls completed.
Yes, I guarantee this team's not made to punt very often.
drop back to punt is Cameron Dumont, who is the backup quarterback. So kind of one of those situations where you never know. Snap back, Dumont's punt. It goes down. It's going to be off the side of his foot and rolls, takes a bulldog roll. And now it rolls down about the 44-yard line.
Looks like it was about a 10-yard punt in that effort.
Not one that you want to get when you're trying to set yourself up defensively. So the Tigers will take over first down and 10. Ball set resting on the 44-yard line of the Bulldogs. The one thing, if we can say something about our young Bulldogs, is our strength is probably in our defense. So we are lined up here kind of where we want, even though it's not exactly the best field position for us. The Murray boys split up in the backfield once again. Comes in motions, number 25, Rotten. Ball snap back, sweep to the right side, inside penetration. Great job. Great job of penetration inside by number 40, Caleb Brewer.
And
Ball.
that looks like that's safety Malcolm Rodriguez coming up to finish it.
Once again, we talked today also a little bit more about this secondary. Malcolm Rodriguez and Cameron Dumont are able to come up and help on the run game quite a bit simply because our corners, Cody Milligan and Chris Murray, are able to shut down receivers on the outside. So it's definitely one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator and defensive coach, you're pretty excited about what you have coming simply because of what you're able to do with your different players because of what you have around you.
Yes, there's no doubt about it that when you have a back that can, lock up receivers, it allows the front to absolutely take over a game.
Second down and about 13 yards to go. Murray boys split behind them. Once again, it's and I might have been wrong. Looks like Dylan is the one who's taking the snaps, and Devin's behind him. Swing pass out here to Devin. Cody Milligan comes up. He's pushed away and pushed out of bounds by number 45, and that would be number Todd Brown. Todd Brown picks up, Murray picks up 3 yards, maybe 4. Brings up third down and about 9 yards to go for Tahlequah.
Again, a down and a distance that you really enjoy as a defense right here when you can get them in third and longs.
Yeah, you pretty much can just pin your ears back and come after them. Big night. It was both teams. For 7th grade won earlier. We didn't get a chance to do that game tonight. Mr. Schaefer wasn't around, and of course you were helping coach. So 7th and 8th grade pulled off victories tonight. Here comes the play. Brown in on the blitz. Here's a pass over the middle. It's tipped and intercepted. Cameron Dumont with the interception, and he goes down to about the 39-yard line. First down and 10 for the Bulldogs. Nice play that time. Tipped by Malcolm Rodriguez before it went to Cameron. So great play in the secondary by both of them once again.
And great pressure that time by Bryce Brown, getting the quarterback off his spot that he likes to throw from.
Bailey Dar brings in the play. First down and 10 once again, as we talked about, for the Bulldogs. Cody Milligan in the backfield now behind Malcolm Rodriguez. Bryce Brown in the fullback in the slot to the left side. There's a swing pass way overthrown and out of bounds. And I'm going to say it's going to be, they marked it as a lateral, so it's out of bounds right there. He threw the ball out of bounds. It's not an incomplete pass. It went backwards, so it is going to be second down and about 15 yards to go. Second and 15, and Tyler Probst brings in the play. We were discussing earlier, I was talking to Coach Williams about that pass, and he says, that bubble route is a tough pass for a quarterback to throw, and you're asking a freshman to make that pass. It's been pretty good job for him.
Looks like we got Wildcat right here, and Chris Murray's on a sweep. Again, pretty good job by Tahlequah of keeping us bottled up in that situation. I think he was able to squeeze out about 4 to 5 yards and get us back into a manageable third down here.
Third down, and it looks like at the end of the first quarter, it's going to be third down and about 8 yards to go for the Bulldogs. That's the end of the first quarter. The Bulldogs lead 6-0. You're listening to or watching the Bulldogs as we are looking through our sponsors. I know that sponsors for this week's ball game, I know Smoking Sisters Barbecue is one of our weekly sponsors, and I can tell you right now, and Coach, you were with me today, as we got to sample some of their Smoking Sisters Barbecue at school. It was incredible. They do a really good job.
It was outstanding. Those ladies do a wonderful job.
A lot of our sponsors if you want to be a sponsor for the broadcast, make sure you get in touch with Joy Anderson at the high school. I know it's 485-5553. Her extension, I believe, is 2650. I'm doing all this by memory, and you guys know that I'm new here, so I'm not sure if that's true or not. But it is Joy Anderson. Ask for Joy and let her know you'd like to sponsor either the junior high football games that are on Tuesday night this week tonight, of course, and then they'll be again on Thursday night as we travel to Grove to a junior high football game. And then, of course, Friday Night Bulldogs this weekend. We traveled to Tulsa to play on McLean. Friday night kickoff, I believe, is at 7 o'clock. So make sure those of you that are traveling up there to watch the ball game, it'll be a kickoff at 7 o'clock this week instead of 7:30.
Yeah, we'll see coming out here starting the quarter what Coach Alexander has drawn up for his offense in this situation.
I'm not sure if we set the change wrong or what we did, but they had it measured where they marked it out of bounds on going the other way. It was going to be 3rd and about 8, maybe a long 8, short 9, and now we're at 3rd and 10. So I don't know if they either move the ball back or move the chains in the wrong spot. But here we go with a 3rd down play. Rodriguez back to pass. There's a long throw down the sidelines to Murray, and he doesn't see the ball. He was going locked up with both of his the defensive back, looking back, and the ball had already been thrown in the air for him to run to, and didn't get to it. So it is, we are looking now once again. I'll tell you what, we're doing something right now twice that I don't think I've seen in the first 3 games. Is we're going to line up and punt for the second time in the ball game. Cameron Dumont lining up to punt.
Yes, I've been impressed with Tahlequah up to this point. Our freshmen have done a pretty good job all year long of handling most of their opponents. This has been a pretty tight game so far.
Devin Murray back to receive the punt, standing on about his 35-yard line. Snap back to Dumont. Here's the kick. Nice punt this time.
Very
going
well.
Back. Trying to break down, and Roberson was breaking down to see what was going on. Here comes a nice
coverage
tackle.
right there by the Bulldogs.
Great job. Ball out of bounds on about the 36-yard. He fielded the punt on about the 32, so about a 4-yard return. So 1st down and 10 Tahlequah. Ball resting on the 36-yard line of Tahlequah.
We'll see what Tahlequah comes up. I believe this is their 3rd drive of the game for them. So far it's been a lot of quarterback run game, trying to throw the ball a little bit. Be interested to see what they try to come up with to get any momentum against the Bulldogs.
And one of the biggest things is the Bulldogs, minus the little swing pass that picked up about 3 yards, they've really not done anything offensively. So it's been pretty much our domination on defense has been keeping us going so far.
Well, they're going out with the trips to the field right here with the backs offset with them.
Devin Murray once again taking the snap behind the center. Here's a snap back. It looks like a running play, and here comes the rush inside. Wibby had a hold of him at first. Here comes the other.
Hold on. There we go.
I was looking at 45 once again, stepping up and making a great play. Todd Brown stepped up and made a great play for us. So Mr. Schaefer shows up. I guess first grade football is under control. So we're getting ready to go. His undefeated Bulldogs. And I don't know that our youth football's lost many games.
Second grade has. First grade's undefeated. 5th grade's undefeated.
First and 5th grade are undefeated. We know 4th grade's doing well. 2nd grade's lost a game or 2, but it's been a great year for Bulldog football. And not only are we ranked number 1 in the Class 4A in the state of Oklahoma, but also building all the way through the programs from 1st grade all the way up. 2nd down and about 16 yards. The ball snapped on the ground. His handoff inside, and it's to Dylan Murray. Great spin move. Looked like 61. Gage Shoemake had him in the backfield. He spun around and got away from him. Number 30. Dylan Jones came in to clean it up a little bit. 3rd down and about 12 yards to go. Gain of about 3 yards on that play. Dylan Jones, as we talked about, Robert's real big on his green shoes. So Dylan comes in and does a good job in it. Linebacker right now, number 45, Todd Brown, has done a great job as well as Tyler Probst. 3rd down and about 12 yards. The Murray boys in shotgun. Devin Murray's going back to take the snap. Dylan to his right. trips to the right side. He's going to roll to the right and make his throw. Here comes the roll. Brown throws down the field, and there's a nice completion.
Excellent tackle right there.
Great completion, and right there on the tackle is Cameron Dumont. Makes the tackle. Looks like it was completed at number 25, and if I can get it, I take it back as number 88, and that is Noah Payne. Makes the reception over there. 4th down and about 2 yards. And once again, this is going to be kind of a gamble, but still in 4-down territory. If I think if it was 5 or more, they're probably going to kick the ball. But now they got a chance to draw them off sides to get that cheap first down.
Well, that's exactly right. Right now, I guarantee every coach on our sidelines is yelling to watch the football.
Yeah, and like in the 8th grade game earlier, I heard them yelling, "Watch the football," but still doesn't change it when they start yelling, "Coach, I want to go get the quarterback." He goes under center for the first time. And now he's trying, as you said, he's trying to draw them off sides. They're sitting there, and they're going to get a flag. They called timeout.
Excellent job by the Bulldogs right there, being disciplined.
Timeout on the field, and the Bulldogs leading 6-0, 4:52 to play in the first half. Bulldogs stepping up once again and making the plays that need to be made. Coach Charbonneau and as Coach Henson, Coach Soma, all the coaches there together, Coach Bryant, all doing their trying to get everybody lined out to make sure that we can stop these Tigers from getting the first down and taking over the football on our side of the field, try to go down and get a little touchdown and get a little bit of breathing room going into the halftime. It's, like you said, it's a situation where our kids have not used to being stopped, not being used to having to not kind of impose our will on the other defenses, and Tahlequah's done a great job tonight. This is a great matchup for our kids because, as you know, we talked about before, we don't want to give up those games that give us a little bit of a challenge. We want to get those games that are tough for us to get our kids ready to play at the next level. We've talked about already Chris Murray's a kid who suits up on the varsity team and gets a little bit of varsity action. Cameron Dumont, Art Wibby, Orlandis Robertson, Cody Milligan, and Malcolm Rodriguez have all started to suit up a little bit just to get that experience of being out there on part of the group. Lining back to punt, number 18, Peyton Moore is going to punt for the Tigers. Snap is back. He's going to looks like he was going to little rugby style. I thought he was going to run a little bit and try to see if we could come after him, but a little rugby style kick, and the ball goes down to about the 34-yard line. That's where the Bulldogs will take over 1st down and 10. On the 34-yard line, 4:45 to play in the first half. And here come the Bulldogs trying to take over and get something going here before the end of the first half. Malcolm Rodriguez once again at quarterback, and back in the I-back will be Braylon Banks. And I believe Tyler Probst will be the fullback. Bailey Darr split out to the right side, and Chris Murray will be in a slot on the left side, on the right side also.
If I know Coach A very well in this situation, you can get a heavy dose of sweep and things to our bench.
Here comes Bank inside, kind of dances through the middle, gets stopped right away for about a yard gain. Bryce Brown checking in. Nakia Jones going to bring in the play from the sidelines. 2nd down and about 10 yards to go. I think there might have been a little bit of a hold there on the right side. I think Braylon kind of danced his way to the left of it. And that cost him a little bit of space. One of the defensive linemen, interior linemen, was able to reach up and grab a hold of him and hold him a little bit. But 2nd down and about 10, long 10 to go. Twins to the right side, Banks behind Malcolm Rodriguez. Robertson comes in motion.
Here it's going to come right here. We're going to get a good sweep.
There's a snap, sweep to the right side by Banks. Here he comes around the right side.
20.
Nice block.
Looks like it's going to get us about 2 yards short right here.
Nice tackle on the outside by Devin Murray, along with number 15, Strauss Springwater. Strauss Springwater and Dylan Murray make the tackle, and great. That was a good run by Banks. He read his there wasn't anything to cut back on, and also a great play by Murray. Murray did a great job of getting blocked and still fighting off and making the tackle.
Yes, like I said, again, you got to give Tahlequah credit right now. They're doing an excellent job on defense because these are not average playmakers that Wagner's throwing at them in the freshman game.
3:41, Twins to the right side. Twins to the left side. Murray is in the slot. Here's a snap back, hands off to Braylon Banks. He's going to get the first down and more.
Big hole.
He gets through and gets down to about the 39-yard line. Gain of about 22 yards on the play. First down.
Coach Alexander's done an excellent job in this series. He's gone to our heavy formation in which you got the tight end and the receivers on the same side of the field, which allows us to outnumber him. So he's done a very good job of finding something against this defense that he's been able to utilize.
Bryce Brown checking in the ball game, taken out. Tyler Probst at fullback. Banks remains at tailback. Murray's going to be in the Z-back formation. Dar goes off, split out to the left side. Within the slot is Murray. Bryce Brown in the slot to the right side. Here comes motion as Murray. Sweep to the right side with Murray. And here comes the speed. He's got to dance, let some things happen. He cuts back across the field. Nice tackle. Great tackle coming across number 4, Jake Springwater. Came inside, made a good tackle. Gain of about 5 yards. I'll make it 4 yards. Bring up second down and about 6 yards to go.
You know, Coach, in this situation, we're starting to make them run sideline to sideline, which here in a second it's going to open up our trap and our inside running game.
And that's what they're trying to do. They're getting we have the speed. But I'll tell you right now, like I said, we've made mentions to Tahlequah about how well they've played and held up their own. But the two Murray boys are probably as good athletes as we've played against this year.
Waggle. Oh, a great job by Orlandis right there. He took a little contact, I believe, even before the ball got there and held on.
Absolutely. Great catch. He was interfered with. Didn't get called. Number 11 was on the coverage, Braxton Hood. Hood was with him step by step, and as the ball was starting to be thrown, he reached up and grabbed his arm. No flag on the play, but the completion gives us a first down. Ball resting on about the 32-yard line. First down and 10, Bulldogs.
Offensive line giving him some great time right there to throw. Offensive line's coached by Ray Bell. He's an excellent offensive line coach for our freshman team.
One of the things I've been really impressed with Malcolm is he throws well on the run. Rodriguez back behind, takes a snap, hands off inside to Braylon Banks, and he's going to go around the right side. Breaks one tackle, gets down to about the 31-yard line. Gain of about a yard, maybe 2 on the play. Second down and about 8 yards. Banks is coming to the sideline. Coley Milligan into the field. Malcolm Rodriguez comes back on the field with the play. Nakia Jones takes out Bailey Dar. Our interior lineman, and it's kind of, we've talked about this, Coach Schaefer and I talked about the kids in the black. Austin Condit, number 57, is there at center. At guard. Malcolm Rodriguez takes a snap back, steps up, nice pass, and Nakia Jones, and it's going to be down low. Incomplete. Third down and about 8 yards to go.
I think that was a good opportunity to take a shot downfield because, again, as we said earlier, you're in 4-down territory at this point, especially in a freshman game. And now knowing that you've got 2 plays to try to pick up the 8 yards.
Malcolm got hit that time as he threw the ball, ended up on his backside. Now, I see, as you were talking about, Coach Bell's one of the best coaches around. He was yelling from the sidelines, somebody's not stepping up and doing what they're supposed to be doing. He wasn't happy with that play. 1:43 to play first half. Murray's in motion to the right side. Snap back to Rodriguez, fakes inside, picked up. The block is picked up. Interference.
Should be interference.
No flag on the play. Oh, that is.
Well, Coach, you know me. I don't typically argue with officials, but that looked like that was pass interference all the way.
Well, he goes back to catch the ball. He gets hit in the middle of his back. No one throws a flag. I don't know how you can not throw the flag on that. But nonetheless, 4th down and 8 to go. Coach Williams runs up to Coach Alexander to give him his 2 cents. Coach Condit standing out there with us. Bailey Dark breaks the huddle. 4th down and about 8 yards to go. Split wide to the left side. Murray in a slot to the right side. Rodriguez is there at quarterback.
Okay, we tried the same thing. We tried to long count them there to get a few extra yards.
Tried to draw them off sides. They didn't jump that time either. We tried it once. One thing's funny is a lot of people keep doing it, trying to see if they can catch you eventually. And we did it one time, didn't jump because we don't want to end up giving ourselves a 5-yard penalty. So, smart thing on our part on that play. So, 4th down and about 8 yards to go. Maybe not a long 8, short 9 to go. And it's going to be something. We got to figure out something. I think, I'm not positive exactly whether we can get Murray on an inside trap, get Murray somewhere where he can break a little bit in space. Because I'm telling you, if we can get him in space, they don't have an answer for him. But not being able to break anybody out today. Banks has had a couple of long runs that have been very good. Nakia Jones, kind of strange here on a 4th down and 8 yards. We got him on the sidelines. He's kind of one of those guys, and we talk about it with the 9th grade the 8th grade football team. He's kind of a man among boys. He's one of those guys that when he gets out there, split out, it's just he's basically one-on-one with anybody and just throw the ball up and let him go get it. Well, this is a situation where I don't know that I wouldn't want him on the field. Give Malcolm a chance to throw him up. He's got the 6 points that put us a lead ahead in the ball game by going up and getting the ball over somebody else.
Well, and as hard as Tahlequah's been flowing on our sweep, I would not be surprised with some misdirection, maybe even a reverse or something on a 4th down right here.
A lot of conversations going on. Coach Condit talking to the interior linemen, as well as Coach Bell, Coach Alexander, and Coach Nail talking to the backs and receivers. We break the huddle. Malcolm Rodriguez is going to clarify with Coach Alexander what's going on exactly.
Can't really ignore the tight end in this situation either.
Malcolm's under center, takes a snap, turns around, hands inside to Cody Milligan. He's going to go down to about the 20, breaking inside to the 22-yard line.
Ooh, it's going to be close. Looks like he's going to be just about a yard short.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to be short by about a little bit more than that. I didn't realize it was down. I think the chains are moving more than the down marker is over there. But anyway, the Bulldogs don't get it on first down, so with a minute and a half to play before half, the Tahlequah Tigers take over, first down and 10, ball resting on the 20-yard line.
This is a situation where Milligan on one side and Murray on the other right here are going to probably be tested. Now, Wagoner does have all 3 timeouts, so that does give us an opportunity, if we stop them here, to call timeout and make them punt the ball back to us if we can stop them.
Devin Murray in the shotgun. Dylan Murray set to his left side, twins to his left side, twins to his left, and split out to the right side. So Cody once again over on an island, as we talked about. Handoff inside. This is Dylan Murray. He goes inside. Cody pushes him out of bounds.
Very good, very good. Don't have to waste the timeout in that situation.
Kept him out of bounds, gain of about 2 yards on the play. Ran a long way for 2 yards, but he ran that far for a 2-yard gain. And it's going to be a 1-yard gain. 2nd down and 9 to go for the Tahlequah Tigers. 1:10 to play, first half. And that's one of those plays you could see them, and they're pushing and kind of holding there. Cody's trying to keep his outside. They were trying to get him to get him sealed, and he kept trying to stay outside. Malcolm was filling on the outside over here, but they stripped and everything, but everybody over there, and he's on an island, so it's kind of, they can get around that one guy. It's a foot race. Lucky for us, we got to be able to stay outside. So, once again, our chains keep moving. Now it's going to be 2nd and 7 when the ball was out after about a 1-yard gain. So, split out to the left side is Murray. Here's a handoff inside into great play. Unbelievable defensive play by Art Wibby as he comes through his defensive tackle position and tackled for about a 2-yard loss.
Right here. Working out in an excellent situation for the Bulldogs right now. We have them in 3rd and long. Still have 2 timeouts available.
And I know that you're up here helping me out, and we're going to have a great time tonight doing this, but I know you're going crazy not being down there on the sidelines making these defensive calls and helping out Coach Henson and those guys with these defensive calls, because that's what your passion is, and that's what it is all about for our Wagoner High School football team. Yes,
this is definitely a unique position for me, that's for sure. But like I said, we have an excellent staff, and we've got a great group of coaches down there on the sidelines that do an outstanding job daily with us, with our kids from the 7th grade all the way to the seniors.
It's been a real, like I said, oddity, I guess, for some people who haven't been around this type of program. When you see a freshman football game, and even a 7th and 8th grade, as we watched earlier, when you have your varsity head coach who's coached your team to state titles in the past, those last 8 years we look at across our banners, 2005 semifinals, state finalists, semifinals 2006, semifinals 2007, state finals in 2010, state champions 2011, state semifinals in 2012, and ranked number 1 in 2013. And then you look at these coaches who are down here on the field in 7th, 8th, and 9th grade game. That just speaks volumes for your program.
Yes, I do believe, of course I'm biased, but I do believe that sets us apart from certain programs because of our entire staff being involved in our kids from the 7th grade all the way up.
Trips to the left side. Here comes the rush in. Bryce Brown putting the rush on. Todd Brown comes in, makes a play, and the ball's knocked away.
Great job right there by number 8, Milligan. Excellent play right there. And again, Tahlequah's helping us out again by throwing the ball. That's a timeout we do not have to waste, and will give us an opportunity to get the ball back in great field position with 2 timeouts.
Ball was intended for Braxton Hood. Cody was with him on the underneath and knocked the ball away, but over the top was Malcolm Rodriguez. So even if he was able to make the catch, I don't think that he was going to be good enough for the first down because I don't think he was going to be able to go. So
This right here, if I know those guys down there, Coach A, Coach Williams, Coach Condit, they'll be drawing up something really good right here to finish out the half.
they're going to punt the ball back to Chris Murray. He's taking his time. There's a kickback. Murray's going to get a chance to return this one. Breaks one tackle. Here he comes. We got a wall.
He's touchdown.
And touchdown for the Bulldogs. Chris Murray, as we talked about, we can get him in space. He's got a good chance to break one, and there was a great block there. Cameron Dumont made a great block right at about the 15-yard line to spring him all the way for the last little bit. Kind of one of those things where they're trying to get him cornered, but they get it sprung for a long touchdown, punt return for a touchdown, 42 seconds to play, and now the Bulldogs go up by 12. So 12-0, and even in a ball game where this game is a situation where one or two touchdowns can make a difference. It's going to be a situation where we get that lead, and it really helps us. Going for the 2-point conversion, trying to make up for the missed extra point. Cody Milligan and I back behind Malcolm Rodriguez. Ball snapped back. He's going to roll to his right. He's got Bryce Brown open, also in the corner. He was intended for Bailey Darr, and it falls incomplete. So PAT's no good. 12-0 it remains with 42.1 seconds to play in the first half. The Bulldogs lead, and they will kick off here for the last. See what happens in the last 40 seconds. I don't foresee, once they can get an unbelievable kickoff return here, but I don't foresee them being able to score on our in the last 42 seconds.
No, I think their aggressiveness will be determined on this kickoff.
Coach Alexander's out there with the special teams talking to him about what we want to do and what our plans are with this last 42 seconds. I would be, I've questioned this 2 or 3 times this year, and I've been wrong, but I wouldn't see a ball being kicked very deep. I'd see a squib kick, probably trying to get the clock running, get it to somebody where we can get our chance on the ball. But I've said that in high school ball games before, stand on the sideline, the ball be kicked deep, and I was wrong. So I didn't know. Maybe I'm not on the same page with a lot of these coaches. So.
Well, there's a lot of things you tell high school kickers and junior high kickers, and trying to get them to kick it to certain players, or whether they want to kick it high or kick it low. It's just one of those situations that they're not as accurate with their foot as they would like to be.
Lined up to kick you off, Braulio Aguilar got the ball teed up on the 40-yard line. Deep back is, of course, Dylan Murray is going to be the deep man. Rotten is on the right-hand side of him, Chet Rotten. Braulio kicks it off kind of short, like we talked about. It hits the ground, picks up by Devin Murray. Devin Murray running around the right side.
Good athlete for Tahlequah here.
There's
and
a pitch.
Pitches it. Uh-oh. Excellent job by the Bulldogs.
Great job. Bailey Darr made the first initial contact on Devin Murray as he was running. He pitched the ball towards Dylan Murray, and looks like he could be down on the play. I think he got hit pretty hard as he was diving back for the ball. So I'm going to hope it's the wind, maybe a little bit of a rib injury possibly because he was on top of the ball as he was covered up. But nonetheless, Dylan Murray is down on the field for the Tahlequah Tigers. And he's up and walking off the field, and there's umpire kind of got a little bit of a limp, so maybe he twisted something there that I was unable to see as we were watching. I was kind of watching the ball to see if we could get it covered up. But nonetheless, 32 seconds to play first half, and the Bulldogs clinging to a 12-0 lead.
And with the clock starting right here on the play, this should pretty much wind on down.
You always want to take a shot a little bit, but most of their passing game has been short passes, trying to, like we talked about, get it to these athletes on the outside of the field. If we can make those, I don't see them going downfield trying to go. So you're right; they're probably going to take a play to try to.
Looks like they're just going to take it all the way down, and the clock has stopped. Okay, there it goes. It started up again.
And that's the end of the first half with the Bulldogs leading 12-0. We'll take a timeout, and we'll come back and talk about some of our sponsors and give you a chance to take a break with us. Once again, the Bulldogs lead at half, 12-0. And we're getting ready to kick off the second half here with the Bulldogs leading 12-0. Braulio Aguilar is going to line up the ball as Tahlequah is going to get the ball to start the second half. Big time, we always talk about the important the first drive is of the second half, and this is going to be a big one for us with a 12. We just scored before the end of the first half to take a 12-0 lead. We want to come back and hit them in the mouth right here and show them who's in control of the ball game.
Looks like they had their big weapon in the back end again, number 20, I believe.
Devin Murray is the back. I believe 28 is Dylan Murray, and he's back. Excuse me, Devin Murray is 28, so he's back to receive the kickoff, and he is the one that went out with the injury, so we are glad to see that he's back on the field.
Braulio with an excellent kickoff here that will roll into the end zone for a touchback.
Well, that was going to be close. I thought the short man thought it was going to go out of bounds, and it took a nice spin, kick back into the field of play, and luckily it went out of bounds for Tahlequah, or the Bulldogs had 4 or 5 guys down there on top of it.
And Coach Charbonnel's defense will be trotting out here. Again, he's our D-line coach during high school ball games, and he does an excellent job with the freshman defense. I don't believe they've given up very many points this year.
No, they haven't, not at all. And actually, I've only had a couple of games that they've even been challenged in. I believe last week where they won 21-13 against Catoosa might have been the biggest, closest game they've had so far this year.
We'll see if Tahlequah had any adjustments from halftime that they're going to bring out right here. Well, looking already, they're coming out in a formation they were not in, which is under center and looking have a wing up top.
Dylan Murray under center, hands inside to the fullback, and it's a quick hit right up the middle, and that goes to number 4, Jake Springwater. Gain of about 13 yards, maybe 14. First down for the Tigers on the first play.
Very interesting to go to the option look right off the bat, something they did not show at all in the first half.
Yeah, really the only option they showed was on that kickoff, was the guy picked up the ball and took off running, and he ran the option on a kickoff return, but it didn't really work for him.
Let's see if they come right back to it. And they will be.
Once again, Dylan Murray is down under center. Devin Murray's back in the I-back, I believe. Snap back, and it's going to be a play to the outside. Nice turn, and he gets away from the initial first tackle, but now there's flags coming in. I'm not exactly sure.
I wonder if that's going to be aiding the runner by number 4. It looked as if the Tahlequah player was trying to carry his guy down the field a little bit.
Well, whatever it was, they both threw flags at the same time, so it was definitely something they saw.
That's not something you see called very often, but I believe we might be getting that called right here.
I believe so, and it was simply because they had him in the tackle.
Yes,
they had a hold of him,
exactly
and
what
number
it was.
4 grabs him and pulls him to him. So Springwater just trying to help a little bit, gets the penalty flag thrown, so it's going to take them back. Not exactly sure. As we said, it didn't get thrown very often, so not exactly sure how far it's going to be, or if it's going to be loss of down also. So we go back to the 30-yard line, so it's going to be a first down and about 12, and it is a repeat first down. So first down and about 12 yards to go for the Tahlequah Tigers as he picked up about 6 yards on the play. About 8 yards on the play, got a 10-yard penalty, so now we're going to go back to first down and 12.
Again, a very unique call in that situation. You do not see that very often. The last time I can actually remember that even being discussed was the USC Notre Dame game back when Matt Leinart was quarterback, and he tried to edge in at the last second, and he was helped by Reggie Bush.
Snap back once again, handoff inside to Murray, and he is grabbed right away by number 45. I believe that's Todd Brown. Todd Brown makes the tackle for the Bulldogs inside. Gain of about 2 yards, maybe 3, brings up second down and 9. You know, it shows a little bit of the abilities to, and it shows a little bit more of their talents to show that Tahlequah able to change into a couple of different offenses and run different offensive formations here. Try and find one that works. Seems that going outside, they didn't feel they have the speed to run with Wagoner, but maybe going right at them, they have a better chance. So we'll see what they do on second down and 9. Same formation, slot back, eye to the power eye to the left side. Fake inside. Here comes the rush.
Excellent job by Bryce Brown holding his ground right there, and a good job finishing. I believe that is Robertson.
Landis Robertson and Art Wibby both in there, but as you talked about, Brown, number 61, which is Shoemaker, is right on top of him. Gage Shoemaker was in there to make the initial contact, but as he was trying to get away from Shoemaker, he wasn't fast enough to get away from Robertson. So now we're looking at, as you said, the down and distance that we're looking for, 3rd down and about 17 yards to go for the first down.
Again, here they come out in that offset eye again that they've decided to go with this half.
Here's a snap back, ball on the ground.
It's fumbled. Looks as if Tahlequah got on it pretty quickly there.
It did. It went through the quarterback's legs, so it was recovered by Springwater and the fullback. So now we're looking at 4th down. Might have been a good thing that happened. I don't know if Robertson was or Landis was watching the ball on the ground, but the big tackle or big guard came across and kind of scraped down his leg, so he's got a little bit of limp going on right now as he was trying to fight through the block right there. And now back to receive the punt by Noah Payne is and a bad snap. Ball's on the ground once again.
Oh, hold on to him. Oh, and he tries to punt it. And we're going to – and very heads-up play right there by number 45, Todd Brown, scooping up that punt right there and allowing us to get that great field position.
Yeah, the punt was blocked. They had him in the background, number 30. Dylan Jones was in there with him trying to get him to the ground, but as he couldn't as he wasn't able to get him all the way to the ground, they tried to get him to – he tried to start running, so he decided as he's trying to run that I think I'm going to try to punt it also. And when he tried to do the punt, it just wasn't going to be the best thing for him.
Again, we're in our right-heavy formation, which we have our tight end and both our receivers all on the same side. A blast right up the middle, and there is a gigantic hole again by the offensive line.
Great run that time by Braylon Banks down inside the 5-yard line. Going to be first down, gain of 17. Going to be first down and 10. Ball resting on about the 2.5, 3-yard line.
This would be a very demoralizing start to the half for Tahlequah, getting a 3-and-out and then Wagoner going right down the field here. This would start putting the game in, in one of those territories in which it becomes very dangerous for Tahlequah.
And it's one of those situations, as you've talked about, and, we talk about that's real important to get going on the first drive, and this is going to be, there's Braylon who's going to walk in the end zone. Touchdown for the Bulldogs. 3:39 to play, 3rd quarter, and it's 18-0, and we'll most likely go for a 2-point conversion once again. So we will see what we decide to do here, and may end up trying to kick it. I'm not exactly positive what we're going to do. Is we got a lot of guys coming on.
Line up in our swinging gate here. Again, Tahlequah did not line up to it earlier.
Well, they're moving everybody over to line everybody up, and we still have people running on and off the field, so we're not sure exactly what's going on. So
looks like they're going to all come in right now to go ahead and attempt the extra point. It'll be Braulio Aguilar attempting the extra point again with Dumond on the hold. Bad snap again, but Braulio, very smart heads-up play, just falling on it.
And once again, we've tried 2 attempts at an extra point, and neither one of them have had a chance to kick as the ball's been snapped to the kicker both times. So with 3:39 to play, 3rd quarter, the Bulldogs hold a 18-0 lead, and we'll be kicking off to Tahlequah to see if they can try to get something out of it. It's really strange. We've talked quite a bit about how athletic they are defensively, and you can see how quality their athletes are, but their offense is pretty much sputtered all night long.
Yeah, like you said, you can tell coming out of halftime. They're searching at this point. They're just trying to find something that will stick. Again, they got a good run to start that, but, I'm a defensive coach, of course. And, the biggest thing is offensive coaches, they get bored, and they always seem to want to turn to the pass, and that seemed to doom them in that very first series right there of the half.
Also, one of the things that's been big for us watching them is they not only have they tried a bunch of different things, but they've also gone away from it. They go to the dive play and pick up 17 yards, and they don't run the dive play again.
Looked like we were offsides by a good 3 yards right there, I believe.
Well, it looked like that it took Braulio a long time to get up to the ball. He normally goes right all the way through it, and he gets about 2 yards from the ball. He kind of half steps like he's going to get a little bit more under it or try to get a little bit more on it, and leaves our far left side. Cody Milligan, looks like Bailey Darr, and Art Wibby on the other side are in a foot race down the field. So it was a situation where we were going to get the offsides penalty called on us every time.
Yes, we always talk a lot especially on kickoff, of you got to let the kicker go at his own pace. You know, it never does doesn't do you any good to try to run up there and get there in a hurry, because, might as well let him get the head start.
Braulio has it teed up this time from the 35-yard line. He backs up that might be one of the problems, is he's backed up about 9 yards, and his line's about 10 yards behind him, so they're going to come on a dead run while he's kicking, and so it's been one of those different situations for him. Ball hits the receiver down here on about the 20. He breaks through the line, and he's going to go down to about the 45-yard line, 46. So number 21, that was Jace Luna. Jace gets the kickoff return and comes back to about the 46-yard line. First down and 10 for the Tahlequah Tigers.
Again, we'll let Coach Charbonnet's defense see what they can do and see if they can get another 3 and out right here. Again, looks like the offset eye from under center again for them.
Offset eye, and they got splits out to the both sides. Milligan and Murray both are man up, and Dumont, and looks like here's Brown on a rush.
Good job by Bryce on the outside. Excellent job. Great coverage downfield by both corners, both Milligan and Murray, along with Malcolm Rodriguez had the drag covered, and Bryce Brown in pressure. That's an excellent defensive play.
That was a great job that time by Malcolm Rodriguez, who saw the tight end coming across the field, stepped up and was able to cover him coming across. And as I hate to be the guy, I feel a little bit sorry for Dylan Murray as he's rolling to his right. He's got Bryce Brown right on top of him, so he's trying to figure out, okay, am I going to get out of this without getting crushed? And I've got to try to throw the football on the run. So he's not having a good night back there. Second down and 10 for the Tahlequah Tigers. Ball resting on the 46-yard line. Murray
offset eyes.
And Jake Springwater's the fullback in there, the one who had the big run, probably the biggest run they've had all night long. Ball snapped there, and here comes Dylan Murray on the inside.
Excellent job by the Bulldog defense. Again, trying to run a little counter back in there, and they did a great job. I believe it was number 30 coming crashing down, Dylan Jones.
And that was not Devin Murray that time. That was Chet Rotten was the tailback that time. We had Murray down as the tailback, but it wasn't. A loss of about 2 yards on the play. And I'll tell you this, our defensive line doesn't get enough credit. You got Art Wibby. You've got now we've got in there number 33, which is Blade Howard, playing a little bit of defensive tackle. Gage Shoemake is in there. Dylan Jones on the outside is in there. Bryce Brown on the left side over there. Easy Mac Brown, they were calling him the other day. So Bryce Easy Mac Brown, I'll do that for Coach Schaefer on his defensive end position. And then our linebackers, Tyler Probst and number 45, which is Todd Brown, have really done a good job for him. Murray's under center once again. Third down and about 11 yards to go. Snap back, and here he comes in there. They fake it. He's going to be rolling. Brown throws the ball over the middle. He's got Springwater all alone. Coming up there, Cody Milligan and Cameron both make the tackle. But a nice play. There was the fullback. We talked about earlier how they caught the tight end coming across. Somebody left the fullback all alone, and he's going to get the biggest gain for him so far, as he's going to take the ball down to the 25-yard line, 31-yard gain on the play. So first down and 10 for the Tahlequah Tigers on a 3rd and 11. They pick up 31.
Definitely their best play on the night right there.
1:45 to play, third quarter. I keep saying first quarter. Third quarter, Tahlequah's on the march for the first time. Ball rests on the 25-yard line. Devin Murray's under center. He's going to have his offset power ride to the right side. Handoffs inside to Rotten, and he's tackled right away.
In there.
Gage Shoemake, the first guy to make the tackle, along with linebacker Tyler Probst, steps up and makes the hit. So basically no gain on the play. Second down and 10 yards to go. And we talked earlier about the athletic ability of Dylan Murray, the quarterback. Dylan has thrown the ball on the run pretty well. Now, he's been on the run pretty much all night just because he had to be. But he's thrown the ball pretty well on the run as he completed that ball just a few minutes ago across the fullback, goes through on a little dive play to his left, and then he kind of circles back around, and he was wide open coming across the middle.
They've stayed pretty exclusively in this formation throughout this entire half.
Sprouse Springwater is split out to the left side. Manned up with Chris Murray, so not an easy job for him either. Faked on the inside. Here comes
Again,
runner.
Good job.
Catches.
Excellent catch.
Great catch made over there, and it looks like it's
Number 34.
34 this time, and that is Pate Butler. Pate makes the catch, and it's going to be third down and about 4 yards to go. Third down and 4 for the Tahlequah Tigers. Ball resting this time on about the about the 19-yard line.
Looks like Tahlequah is going to try to run to the line here with 10 seconds and clock running to try to get off one more play here in the third quarter.
6 seconds and counting down. 3, 2, they get the snap off. Ball's inside, and he's grabbed right away. Unbelievable play defensively that time by Art Wibby and, 33, Blade Howard. Great defensive play, so that's going to end the third quarter. So after 3 quarters of play, your Wagoner Bulldogs 18 and the Tahlequah Tigers 0. We'll be back to start the fourth quarter after this. Starting the fourth quarter of play here at Wagner's Football Stadium at Don. That's their Don Ryder Fieldhouse.
W.L. Odom.
W.L. Odom Stadium, and the 8 minutes to play in the ball game. Just getting underway the fourth quarter. We have fourth down and 5 yards to go. Dylan Murray coming in as quarterback. Behind him is Jake Springwater, and behind him is Chet Rotten.
Got to watch Springwater right here.
Handoff inside to Springwater, and he's down. He got tackled short. He's going to be short of the first down. Tyler Probst coming in. Art Wibby once again with a great tackle. He cuts his leg, so he goes down. And as he goes down, the Art Wibby hit him right away. Tyler Probst pounds him into the ground, so he makes sure he doesn't get to the 15-yard line. So short of the first down, and the Bulldogs will take over. And looks like we got a few new faces on the crowd. Cameron Dumont looks like he's coming in on the field. Braylon Banks once again at tailback. Bailey Darr split out to the right side. Colton Risley, I believe, is the tight end on the right side, or slot back on the right side. Tyler Probst lined up behind Cameron Dumont. Ball handed inside to Banks. Banks dances to the outside, gain of about 4 yards.
You're going to see a lot of that right here in the fourth quarter. Shrink the game down, try to minimize the possessions for Tahlequah from here on out.
Tahlequah being more of a long, taking a lot of time on their possessions, trying to get some kind of points out of something that way has been I don't know if they're going to use their timeouts being down 3 scores. I think if they could get a turnover right here, get back in the ball game possibly, I think they may start trying to work the clock a little bit. But it looks to me like they're trying to get a few guys on the field also. So twins to the right side, Nakia Jones and Dar to the right side. Dumont turns and hands off to Banks. Banks going to break to the outside, and he's tackled right away. Loss of the yards that he picked up. So
There's
now we're going down.
20 again.
Once again, Dylan Murray keeps in and makes the play.
It's going to bring up a 3rd and about 10. We're right back to the original line of scrimmage there.
3rd down and 10 to go. Chris Murray comes off the sideline. This is going to be one I'd expect to see something happen. Dumont and Dar coming in. Risley's coming out.
Clock's still moving here, so everything's working in the Bulldogs' favor at this point.
Absolutely. Everything's on our side right now. 3rd down and 10 yards to go. Cameron Dumont understand, takes a fake. He rolls to his left side. He's got a man open, throws down the field. Tyler Probst is hit, but he makes a great
Excellent catch. And they're going to get
a flag. That's going to be a targeting play right there as he came in leading with the head, trying to hit Probst with a leading with the head. So we're going to get the first down on this play.
Excellent catch by Probst there, and he takes the shot holding on to the football.
Targeting is the call on the play. So the gain was going to be, I believe, a little bit short. It was going to be right at the mark if it was to get it. Got it to about the 26-yard line. So it was going to be a gain of about 9 yards or so, 8 yards. But now they're going to tack on the extra targeting penalty, which is going to be I believe, a 15-yard penalty.
You're definitely seeing this more of an emphasis by all officials from high school all the way up at this point, trying to, worrying about player safety when you're coming in leading with your head.
And and it's kind of one of those situations where I'm watching a lot in college football, especially where they're saying that they're targeting, trying to hurt someone. At this level, I think they're trying to tackle someone, so I think it's a little bit different. Cameron Dumont trying to roll out to the right side, gets tackled from behind by Dylan Murray. And I can tell you, we've talked about Cameron's a pretty fast kid. He's got a lot of speed and can get outside. But I'm telling you, Dylan Murray just made a great job of running him down from behind for about an 8-yard loss on the play. And it's going to be 2nd down and about 18 to go for the first down.
Looks like Nakia Jones is running on the play right here to Dumond. Again, 2nd and long, clock running, everything working in the Bulldogs' favor. I don't anticipate a whole lot other than just running the ball right here.
Well, in shotgun formation, Dumont's behind with Braylon Banks behind him. Here's a pitch to the left side. Banks going to get outside. Great tackle inside. That was an unbelievable play. Jake Springwater comes flying in from his inside linebacker position to tackle him in the backfield for about a yard loss.
Late flag right there. Late flag. I'm not for sure who it's on right here. It's probably a little extracurriculars. You get to this time in the game, which people have been banging into each other for a while. Let's see what the indication is here from the official.
This I could believe is going to be on the Bulldogs. I know that both coaches are talking about it. It's unsportsmanlike. They were talking about the contact was made. I did see a couple of kids come off kind of shrugging their shoulders like, what I didn't do anything. But the flag was thrown. I did see the officials. Now, where they marked it from, I'm a little the flag was about 6 yards above where the referee started walking from, so I don't know where the spot came from, but it's going to be 3rd down, because it was after the play, and a long, long way for the first down, about 34 yards to go for the first down. And there's a long pass from Cameron Dumont intended for Bailey Dar to about the first down marker at about the 50-yard line. Incomplete. Brings up a 4th down and about 34 yards to go. And here comes the punt team on the field.
Coverage by number 19, Brandon O'Field on the blitz.
Most important thing going on right here is just to get the punt off. That's in this situation you have to anticipate Tahlequah is going to come after it. And that'll be timeout Wagoner. I'm sure coaches are just wanting to spend a little extra time to make sure everybody understands how important it is that we just get this punt off.
About 5 minutes, just under 5 minutes to play in the ball game, and the coaches are talking to Coach Conn is talking to the officials about what exactly happened on the play. I did see him asking what happened, and they threw the flag, and they're not. It's kind of strange. I've always wondered when you see these officials and being down there on the sidelines with them, and seeing these officials in the locker room before the ball game and making comments before the ball game about certain things, and then to come out here and make calls and then try to argue. I've said this numerous times. You haven't been up here with us, but numerous times we watched where they're on our coaches to be off the field and get off the field, and look up there and their coaches out them past the numbers, never say a word to them. So I wonder sometimes what exactly the situation is, when you get a situation like this. So fourth down, doesn't look like anything changed, but Coach Condit got his 2 cents in the game, and so we're looking at a fourth down and about 34 yards to go. It'll be a great punt for him to get to the first down marker. So Jake Springwater's in to receive the punt. He's standing about the 40-yard line, which means he's not even at the first down marker himself. There's a snap back, nice punt. He's going to be nice and covered.
Going to
nice
get a Wagoner roll. Excellent roll.
Great roll.
Excellent punt right there. I believe that's from the 15 all the way down. That will be a 45, 46-yard punt right there. 46-yard
punt for us right when we needed it most. That was a big, big play. Dumont with the punt. I would, especially with what's going on right there, just with the calls that was being made and the plays, I mean, it may not last long, but I foresee Coach still leaving his top defense on the field, at least for a couple plays. He's not going to allow them to get back in this ball game if he doesn't have to. Relatively new group of players on the field for the Tahlequah Tigers. In at quarterback, number 7, James Sisson. Sisson's going to be the quarterback, and behind him is Springwater and Rotten. Ball a snap. Here's a handoff inside to Rotten, and Rotten's tackled right away. Great play that time by Dylan Jones. And number 40, Caleb Brewer came across and made a great play. So once again, the defensive line and linebackers doing a great job on our front 7. Second down, 10 yards to go. Ball resting somewhere in the neighborhood. Well, now they're going to move up to the 40-yard line, so it's going to be second down at about 9 yards to go. And clock's still running. The clock is on our side. Just about a little over 4 minutes to play in the ball game. Starting to rotate some guys in. James Current coming onto the field now, replacing Malcolm Rodriguez at safety. Sisson's under center once again. Takes a snap. Hands the fullback inside to Springwater.
Excellent job right there. Good job of filling by, I believe that's number 40.
Yeah, Caleb Brewer once again came in and did a great job from his linebacker position. On the field, number 15, Ryland Shanks is coming in, 52. Ryland Shanks coming in the game, and Deontay Favors is going to come in and play cornerback, assuming safety, taking out Cameron Dumont, and number 33, Blade Howard at defensive tackles coming off the field. Sisson's still at quarterback. In the backfield behind him, Jake Springwater's at the fullback to his right side. And right behind him is Rotten, the tailback. Ball snap, third down at about 7. Great play inside by Art Wibby. None blocked as he grabs him for about a 4-yard loss.
Looks like Tahlequah is going to bring their punt team out. I believe the white flag has been waved at this point.
I do believe also. And now back to receive the punt. Chris Murray's going to go back to receive the punt, which I would venture to say they're probably not going to have him run this ball. Well, I could be wrong. They may tell him to run the ball back. I don't know. But fourth down and about 9 yards to go. Now Murray's coming off the sidelines. We only have 10 people on the field. Maybe we're not going to use a guy to return it, but no, not a big deal. Oh, no, we do have 11.
They're going to fake it. Well, then he just changed his mind, and then he kicked it straight up.
And he's going to see how fast our guys can run over to the sideline here. So punts out of bounds on about the 50-yard line, according to the mark, but it should have been way up further. But either way, right about 2:13 to play in the ball game, and the Bulldogs are going to seal this one up. So a lot of people starting to head to the exits, and we're getting a few more bodies on the field. Bradley Evans in at tailback.
Looks like that'll be Clinton Murray coming in on the O-line.
Yep. Cameron Dumont is in. Number 55, Clint. I can't even read my own writing. In to play a little bit of offensive tackle.
Looks like that's Deontay Favors out here at wide receiver, along with Risley.
Colton Risley. Looks like Austin Condon in at left guard. Braulio Aguilar in at left tackle. Cameron Dumont at quarterback. Tyler Probst behind him with Bradley Evans behind him. Winding the clock with 2:12 to play, and the clock is running. Here's a pitch to Evans. Evans cuts inside, been back outside. Grabbed right away by number 24, the tackle, Cheney Duckworth, with a great tackle, and it's going to be a loss of about 3 yards on that play. So, once again, as we talked about from the very first snap, running sideline to sideline has not been our favorite tonight. They've done a great job covering sidelines.
Yes, they have. They've done an excellent job of keeping us inside on our sweeps. But that also has opened up our inside running game, which has allowed us to get this lead at this point in the game.
Twins to the left side on this over here on this side. Here comes in motion. There's going to be a pitch back to Risley. Risley cuts inside. He's going to break one tackle. He's going to go. He's got some distance. He gets down to the 45 into the 44-yard line.
That was a very good shifty run by Risley right there.
Great run, breaking some tackles. Third down and about 2 yards to go, long two. Let's see what happens here if we can get the – what we're going to do, we got 1:07 to play in the ball game. Bulldogs in control, and a first down right here seals it. Coach Williams will be one to take a knee. Although, I will say one thing, Coach Williams don't take a lot of knees in this time, I tell you that. I've watched enough football at every level that he's going to go out and try to get some points if he can. Bradley Evans behind Cameron Dumont. Third down and about 2 yards. Here's a sweep to the right side by Evans. He's going to cut inside. He's going to go down
and
close.
He's going to get the first down.
And depending on the spot, but I think he's going to get the first down. If he gets the first down with the spot on the far official, now the far official starts walking at a slant. So I'm not positive he's going to get it or not. But
there will not be another play run in this game.
They just stopped the clock with 20. Well, they waved to stop the clock, but they didn't. First down, the clock's still running 20 seconds. That'll end the ball game. Well, now they stop the clock. Now they wind it, so we'll see what happens here. 19.2 and the clock's running. That's going to end the ball game. The Wagoner Bulldogs move to 4-0 on the year. Their last home game of the season, so 4-0 on the year. We travel to Grove on Thursday night, so we'll be bringing you the football game, junior high football games Thursday night from Grove High School. And then we will once again come on Friday with Jeremy Holmes and the Friday Night Bulldogs crew. We'll bring you Friday Night Bulldogs from McLean High School Friday night. And remember, it's a 7 o'clock kickoff. Thank you and good night.